Hi everyone. Today we would like to look at how to receive SNS notification on S3 upload, meaning whenever there is a file that is being loaded into your S3 bucket, we want to receive a notification in our email. Okay, now in my previous video I showed you how to create and subscribe to AWS SNS. SNS is simple notification service. Okay, so I taught you how to create and subscribe to SNS topic, and then we use email as our protocol. So basically when we send the message, we receive that message in our email. If you have not watched this video, please go ahead and watch this video for you to better understand what SNS is all about. Okay, because I took time to explain different things in this video which I will not be explaining in today's video. So go back and watch this. I'm going to be putting the link to this video in the description below. Okay, now one thing you also ask is, now why are we looking at SNS? I'm teaching you SNS because we are going to be using SNS very soon in one of our videos where we are going to be creating data pipelines. Now, and that was the also reason why I taught you how to create or provision Amazon managed workflows for Apache Airflow, because we are going to be creating a data pipeline, in which case we are going to be using Airflow to orchestrate that process, and we're going to be using SNS as part of the task in the pipeline. But before we do that, I wanted you guys to really understand what SNS is all about. Okay, so in today's video, we are going to be looking at a situation whereby when we load a file into an S3 bucket, immediately that file gets into that S3 bucket, it is going to send a signal to our SNS topic. Okay, that's going to be triggered, and then it's going to send out a notification to our email that that file has been loaded to an S3 bucket. And this type of situations or scenarios, we see that a lot in real world when you get to your company, or when you start working on a project in your company, or even your personal project. You are going to be needing this whenever you want to send notification to your email. All right, guys, let's get started. Okay, now let's go to our AWS console. If you don't have an AWS account, go and create that. Okay, now the first thing we are going to do is, let us create an S3 bucket. I have it right here because I've visited it recently. If you don't have it there, just type S3 and then you can have it here. You can open a new tab. So we are going to create an S3 bucket. So when you have this, create this S3 bucket. So click on create bucket. We are going to have general purpose, and then you are going to give your S3 bucket a name. Remember, your name needs to be unique globally. That means that nobody else should be having this name. Okay, hopefully nobody has this name. Let's see. So I'm going to leave every other thing the same way. That's fine. I'm just going to leave every other thing the way it is, and then I'll create buckets. So I click that. Okay, I'm able to successfully create these buckets. That means it's unique. Now if I have this bucket, I want to create another folder inside this bucket. So let's assume that what I am working on, or what the upstream team is working on, is that they have a particular folder where they are saving raw data. Let's assume. So in that case, I can create a folder here. Look at that. I clicked on create folder, and then I can put folder name. You can see raw data, and then I can click on create folder. So now I have this folder right here. You can see there is no file right here right now. Okay, very good, guys. Now the next thing we will do now is, let us search for SNS. Okay, let us go and create an SNS topic. Okay, so I'm going to open this in a new tab. Okay, and then I'll come right here. I'll give my SNS topic a name. Okay, give it a name that is descriptive of the project you are working on. In my own case, I will just say S team, because the name of my team is S. So S team raw data notification. So I'll click next step. So I will do standard. So in my previous video, I've pretty much explained what most of these things are right here. Even these ones that are optional, I've pretty much explained in my previous video. Okay, so I will not be spending time on that today. So go and watch this video, guys. Okay, so now in today's video, we are now creating this topic. So I have standard, and then I've given it a name. I can also give it the same display name. Okay, now I will leave every other things the way they are except access policy. So you can see right, I also explained this in my last video, this one, so go and watch that. But in the case of this one, I will just have, it says specify who can publish messages to the topic. So I'm saying that the topic owner, so only the owner of the topic can publish. So anything you change right here is going to change the policy right here. So that means any changes I make right here is going to change the way this policy is written right here. Okay, so but in the case of this, I'm not changing anything. So you need to specify who can subscribe to this topic. So if I like, I can say everyone, or I can say only specified AWS accounts. And I've explained all this in my previous video. Okay, so but in the case of this one, I am going to leave it this way. So this is going to be the policy in JSON format. Okay, so and then I'll just come here and say create topic. Let me click that. Very good. Now I have created the topic. Okay, so now that I have created the topic, guys, you can see this is the topic name that we have created. Let me close this. And then the topic, the SNS topic, has an ARN number, Amazon resource number. Let us keep that. The topic owner, that is my AWS account ID. Okay, now when you create the SNS topic, now you need to then subscribe. That means that the team that needs that notification needs to subscribe to that topic. Remember our pipeline, we said that we're going to have S3 bucket. We have created that, and we created a folder in the S3 bucket. Now we have created an SNS topic. Okay, now the team that wants to be receiving this email, it could still be my team. Also, it could be, so that means it could be the same team that is putting the file here that also wants to receive the email, which is the case of what I'm doing right now. Okay, it's still the same me, myself, right? So that means that when I create this SNS topic, I also need to subscribe to this SNS topic, so that I can get email alerts. So now how do we do that? So now, since this is my topic, you can see I'm inside this topic. Then I can stay right here and just do create subscription. So if I click that, then you can see that the topic ARN that we are trying to subscribe to is what we have here already. If it is not there, then another way you can do it is you can come to subscription and then do create subscription, and then you can search for it yourself. Okay, that is also one way. But the way I just did right now was to hold on, guys. The way I just did right now was to come to the topic. This is the topic, and then I did create subscription. So either way is fine. Okay, so now I have my ARN. Now you need to choose which protocol you want, the type of endpoint. So now it could be Firehose, SQS, Lambda, but in the case of this video, we are doing email. So I will click email, and then what is the endpoint? What is the email address that we want to receive the notification? So I will put this one, tuplespectra@gmail.com. Okay, so this one, just leave these ones the way they are. These are optional. Okay, in another video, I will explain what all these are, but for the sake of this video, just leave it that way, and then create subscription. Now you can see we have created a subscription. Now, see one thing right here, guys. This says pending confirmation. That means that when you subscribe to that topic, it's going to send email to you, and then you need to confirm that subscription. So I'll go to my email. Remember, I put this email right there. This email. I'll go to my email now, and then I'll show you guys. So I will drag it right here. You can see, guys. You can see 0 minutes ago. So that is the email. It says subscription confirmation. So it wants me to confirm the subscription to the topic. It said you have chosen to subscribe to the topic. So to that topic, I have subscribed to it, but I need to confirm. So I will click on confirm subscription. You can see it says subscription confirmed. You have successfully subscribed. So I'll take this out of the way, and then I will refresh this page. If I refresh this page, you'll see that this is going to change to confirmed. I will refresh. Very good. You can see now confirmed. So that means I have confirmed the subscription. Okay. Now that we have done that, now the next thing we then need to do is to go to our S3 bucket. Remember that what we are trying to do is that we want to receive SNS notification whenever a file is loaded to our S3 bucket, right? So that means that whenever an event happens, we want to send this signal out to SNS, and the SNS sends out the notification. So we need to go to S3 bucket and make some setup right there. Okay, so I will come right back to my S3 bucket. Remember, this is the S3 bucket that we created before. If I click on this, okay, and then I go to properties, and then I will go down, and then I will look for event notification. So what does this mean? It says send a notification when specific events occur in your bucket. So when specific events occur in that bucket, I want to send out a notification. Okay, so now I'll click on create event notification. I will give this event a name. Okay, so let me give it a name right here, guys. I give it this name, Steam raw data upload notification. That's the name. And also remember that in our S3, let me just open another tab for S3 again. Remember that in our S3, the S3 bucket, we created a folder that we called raw data. So what I am interested in this project is that when a file is loaded into that specific folder in the S3 bucket, that is when I want that notification, not the entire S3, bucket, okay? Not this entire S3 bucket, but this folder. So because it is this folder, what I have to do is that I will come to prefix. You can see it says it's optional. Assuming I want to be notified whenever anything enters the S3 bucket. Okay, whenever it enters the S3 bucket, then I don't need to put anything inside. I don't need to put anything here. But because I'm only interested in that raw underscore data folder, this folder in the S3 bucket, okay, that's what I'm interested in. So I'll come here, I'll say raw underscore data. Oh, it's all lowercase. Raw underscore data. I put a slash. Okay, assuming you are interested in a specific suffix like .jpg or .csv, then you can put that. But in the case of this one, that's not what we are interested in. Okay, now you need to put the event types. Okay, now the event type right here is, I'm going to be using put, because what I'm doing right here is that I'm putting a file inside that bucket, inside that folder, right? But let's assume that you want to do some other things like copy or post. You need to check that. Or maybe when somebody permanently deletes something in that folder, if you want to be notified, you check that. Or maybe there is some restoration of files that happened. Okay, sometimes you might just, if you are interested in all these four, instead of clicking all these four, you can just check this. check that and all of that, right? But for this video, I'll only just check puts, because puts is okay for this project right here, okay? But there are so many other things you can check based on your project, based on the requirement, okay? So now I have selected puts because we want to load file inside the S3 bucket. And then what is the destination? Remember that our destination according to this is from S3 bucket, we want to send signal to SNS, okay? Because we want to send that, we'll just select SNS topic, and then it's asking me that choose from your SNS topics. So let's assume you have a lot of SNS topics. If you check this, then you're going to see a lot of SNS topics right here, and then you can select, okay? Let's assume you want to copy and paste your SNS topic ARN. You can just choose this and then copy the ARN. You remember we add the ARN here, this topic, this is our ARN. I can just copy this and paste that right there, okay? But it's easier for me to just choose from the ones that we have, and this is the only one that we have. So I'll just choose this, the name of the SNS topic, instead of me doing copy and pasting of the ARN. I'll just choose it. Anyone is fine, okay? Then I'll do save changes. Okay, now look at something right here, guys. We did that. We believe we did everything correctly, but look at what we have. It says unknown error. An unexpected error occurred. Try again later. If the error persists, contact the support. And what is the error? It says API response unable to validate the following destination configurations. So it's basically, it was unable to save this. Basically, it's unable to finish the event notification, and that's because we don't have the right access policy. Everything is not complete in our access policy. Okay, so what we are going to do now is that I'll leave this like this. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to go to our SNS. Okay, so we have our SNS right here, and then what we are going to do is that we are going to update our SNS access policy. Okay, this will help us to fix the error. So basically, we want to give the SNS also access so that the S3 and the SNS can what? They can be able to communicate. Okay, and there is a link right here that explains how you do that setup. If you look at this, guy, it says walk through configuring a bucket for notifications, SNS topic or SQS queue. Take note, guys, in the next video, we are also going to be looking at how we can send SNS notification to SQS queue, SQS queue instead of email. We are going to look at SQS queue. Okay, we're going to create some pipelines from there. Okay, so but for this one, what this is saying is that step 2 is create an SNS topic. Okay, let's go right there. So if we come to this step 2, we say create SNS topic. Okay, remember that what it's saying is that configuring a bucket for notifications. So if you come to this one, it gives us the access policy that we need. It says replace the access policy attached to the topic with the following policy in it. So what that means is that if you go to our SNS, this is our SNS topic, let's do edit, and then we come to access policy. So this is our policy right here. So you can decide to change the policy we have right here with all these ones, and then change the necessary things. It says in it, provide your SNS topic ARN, bucket name, and bucket owner's account ID. Okay, but in our own case, we will leave this the way we have it, and then change the necessary things and then add the necessary things. Okay, that way, because if you look at the actions that I have right here, I have more actions. That means I'm giving this more permissions. unlike in their own case. In this case, it's just SNS publish. So that means if you want, you can add as many actions as you want right there. Okay, so in my case, I will just leave this right there. But what I'm going to change is this ID. If you look at this ID, I'm going to take it out, and then what I am going to add is going to be my SNS topic name. You remember that my SNS topic has a name. You remember that this is the name. So I can just copy this name, right click and copy, and then I'm going to put that right there. Let me back that. Okay, you can see that that is the name. And then another thing we are also going to do is that let us look at this resource. Okay, we have our resource there already. That is fine. And then another thing we can also do is that we can have this ARN right here. We will have this. I'll copy this, and then I'll bring it to this condition right here. I'll bring it to this condition right here. Okay, you can see that. So what we are going to do right now is that we are going to replace, you can see it says, if you remember right here, it says that provide your SNS topic ARN, bucket name, and bucket owner's account ID. So what we are going to do right now is that we are going to come right here, and then we are going to put our bucket name right there. Okay, basically the bucket ARN, and that's why it says AWS source ARN. You can see AWS source ARN. So we'll go back to our buckets. Where is our bucket? This is our bucket. I will check this. We can also click this, and I think we should see the ARN somewhere. Oh, I think I saw it now. If I click this, it says copy ARN, right? If I copy ARN, and then I can come back right here, I can just delete all of this, okay, and then I'll copy. You can see that is the ARN for that my S3 bucket. I hope you guys are getting that right now. One other thing I'm going to do is also to delete this one right here. You can see this string equals from here to here. I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to delete this comma. Okay, and then this should be good. Let us leave it this way. If we have any error, we will debug the error again. Okay, and then let's come to and then let's come to save changes. Very good. Now you can see that this has worked successfully. You can see the save changes occurred successfully, saved successfully. Okay, now that has occurred successfully, the next thing we are going to do, let us go back to our create event. Remember that what we were trying to do previously was to create an event, right? Event notification, but we got an error, right? We got an error here previously, and that was why we came to what? To update our SNS access policy. So now let us come back right here now and then do save changes. Let's see if it's going to work right now, if it's going to be successful. So I will click save changes. Very good. Now, very good. You can now see that now we have been able to do that. Why? Because now we have that policy updated. Now our S3 and the SNS topic can communicate. Remember, they need to communicate. Now they can communicate. Immediately you did that in the successful, you should get an email that there is an Amazon S3 notification going on. You can see I just got the email 0 minutes ago. Service Amazon S3, the event, test event. This is the bucket. Remember, that's the bucket name. You can see now that already now shows to us that there is some signal now that can be sent through the S3 bucket to SNS. Now, I hope you guys are getting this. Guys, if you are new to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe right now to this channel, and go ahead to like this video. If you like this video, go ahead and like this video and put your comment in the comment section below. If you have any question, go ahead and also put your question right there. Okay, very good, guys. I will take this away right there. And then now that we have set up our access right now everything is okay, is working fine. The next thing now is, let us test if we are going to receive an email if we put a file in our S3 bucket. Okay, let us drag a file inside this S3 bucket. Okay, now I'm going to do that. Let me go back to my S3 bucket. This is my S3 bucket, and remember that we want to drag it inside this folder. So I will open this, I'll open that folder, and then I will drag a CSV file inside from my other screen. So now I have dragged this in. You can see the name of the file that I am dragging in, us_city.csv, and then you can see it's 143 bytes. Okay, now immediately I click on upload, we should be able to receive the email, because what is going to happen is that the upload is going to happen to S3 bucket. S3 bucket is going to send signal to SNS, and because we have already subscribed to that SNS topic that we want to receive a notification via email, so that is going to send out the notification to the email that this S3 bucket has received a file. I hope you guys understand that sequence now. So now let me upload. Now upload is successful. Let me go back to my email. Very good. Now I've received it in my other screen. I will drag it now to this screen. Very good. You can see STEAM raw notification 0 minutes ago. You can then see, guys, that records. You can see now records. You can see now records, event version, event source. You can see where it's coming from. You can see the time, event name. You can see, remember that it was put. We said that when you are putting the file in there, that's put. And let us confirm the name of the file, just so you guys see. You can see object. What is the object? You can see the key is raw data. Raw data is the folder that we have inside the S3 bucket, and then we put this this file right there. Remember, we said the size was what, 143 bytes. You can see the e tag right now. You guys can see that this is pretty easy. Now we have been able to set up a configuration for us to receive SNS notification via email whenever a file is uploaded to our S3 bucket. I hope you guys understand this right now. Now, guys, if you have done this project and you don't need those resources anymore, those services anymore in your S3, in your AWS account, please go ahead and delete them immediately so that you don't get charged for what services you are not using. Okay, go ahead and do that. Okay, and guys, if you find this video helpful right now, go ahead and click that like button, share this video with your friends, with your colleagues, and also put your comment in the comment section below. If you have any question, go ahead and ask your questions, and do not forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. Do not forget to go and watch these videos if you have not watched them. Okay, all right, guys, I will see you in the next class. Bye.